Welcome back to Under Oath. Welcome back to Under Oath.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your host, Jeff Kaufman. Sitting next to me is my friend, assisted 20/20 vision, James John.
Thank you. Thank you for mentioning my glasses once again. Thank you.
I wasn't sure they were just not binoculars. I was like,
I can see what you're thinking.
now, there's something that changed that I saw the change.
Okay.
And I'm going to say this. From now on, let's not differentiate ourselves between millennials. They got lots of names. Boomers, everything.
Gen Z, Gen X.
We're only going to be left and right of this Mason-Dixon line.
That's what we're doing.
Okay, watch this.
Okay.
The line is this. Free refills.
Okay.
If you grew up in a time where you didn't get free refills,
I'm with you.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Because when you were a kid, you got one Coke.
That's right.
And you go, no. And you had to ration that Coke.
I remember that.
You didn't get the 7 Cokes, 8 Cokes. You got one Coke.
Man.
Now there are people online. What are you talking about, Jeff?
They don't know. They don't know.
Free refills. That's always been free refills.
No, it's not.
No, it hasn't.
No, it hasn't.
And your parent, you were drinking water.
Correct.
When was the last time a kid drank water?
They don't even
Bottled water.
Yeah.
No water for kids anymore. No drinking out of hoses.
No.
Remember hoses?
Yeah. The water hose.
That was horrible.
We used to drink out
that
of the water
was
hose.
terrible. You know, but we were thirsty.
We were, because we played outside all day. Kids don't play outside.
Oh, juice boxes. We didn't have juice boxes.
No.
What do you boxes? Boxes of juice? When I was younger, I had to wait a whole week to see the next episode of a show.
I remember that.
Now I can stream all 200 episodes of my favorite show. And I'm so old, I don't remember the shows.
That's
so it's
right.
like seeing them for the first time.
That's right.
We are spoiled. We have it so good.
We do.
You know who doesn't have it so good? People who don't want to have it so good.
That's right.
Oh, I'm upset.
Mm-hmm.
What are you upset about?
Everything.
Why?
Because
Stop it.
I'm allowed to be.
I got home the other night. I was depressed about something. And I looked over, I'm going, as I'm streaming my show, watching a football game on a Thursday night, which we didn't have Thursday night football.
Not Monday or Sunday.
Not Monday or Sunday.
Yeah.
No, they didn't have not Sunday night football
Not
either.
Sunday night, no.
I mean, every time we turn around, they're making it easier for us.
Correct.
What is not easier?
I don't know.
Name it.
Guacamole.
No. We didn't have guacamole back then.
We did have guacamole.
I didn't have guacamole. I didn't know this tasty green stuff existed.
That's funny.
I don't remember sushi when I was a kid.
No, we didn't have sushi when I was a kid.
Food has gotten better.
Yeah.
Entertainment has gotten better.
Yeah.
Life has become easier.
Mm-hmm.
Work has become easier.
Mm-hmm.
Everything we do is by computer.
Mm-hmm.
I have a phone with me 24/7.
I don't have to
I'm
think.
not bored. When I can get an oil change and sit there and watch a television show in my lap.
That's true.
While I'm getting the car done.
That's America.
What is wrong?
I don't know.
Here it is, people. Nothing. Nothing is wrong anymore.
No.
I don't like the president. F you.
Wow.
F you. I don't care anymore.
No.
Put any more on in. I still get my streaming crap.
That's all we care about, by the way. Yeah.
How has your life changed? God, there are so many things I remember that were bad.
Yeah.
I mean, bad.
Yeah.
I mean, racism,
Mm-hmm.
real racism, not like, oh, he looked at me.
No.
He was aware I wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what I look like. I think when people look at me, they're not quite sure what I am, but I think they assume I'm Caucasian.
I believe so.
I think when people go, oh, he's got his hair's, I cut my hair short, so I don't have a fro or anything.
You do not.
But I assume people will go, okay, maybe every once in a while they go, he might be Jewish. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I don't have a lot of the stereotypical features of a Jew. And I'm like, okay. So other than the military where I got my ass kicked a couple times because they knew you were Jewish.
Yeah.
Very rarely does somebody assault me with that recently.
Gotcha.
And now we're fully aware it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good. Back then we're going, it might be okay.
It might be okay.
My father says it's okay.
Yeah.
My uncle says it's okay.
Especially my granddad.
The group I'm with
Yeah.
that has very clean sheets says it's okay.
Well, can you wear? Hey, I had a question about that. If you're in the KKK, can you wear Egyptian cotton?
I would love to see a plaid. I got to admit, I'd like to see a plaid.
Is it frowned upon though if the sheets are Egyptian cotton? Though,
I want you to know something. I'd probably make that work.
I don't think you can get in, my friend.
I mean, then again, if you made that top less pointy, you'd look like a cleric. I think you could sell that.
Or a very stylish Jedi.
You know what?
What?
I think I should be allowed to wear the KKK uniform.
Okay, Okay, Kanye, please explain.
Okay, I'm going to explain this.
All right.
Because I'm what they're against.
Yes.
What are you going to do? Jewish guy walking around in a KKK outfit.
That would be something. You would definitely go viral.
I don't want to say it. Same thing as gays for Palestine.
I did see that.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
I could do that. I'd be like Jews for dumbasses.
I love that. Could we start that now?
I could walk down. They go, oh, he's getting. No, it's okay. I'm Jewish. Who's going to say anything to me? Could you imagine people go?
A lot of people are going to say something.
I identify as this. I think I'm off the hook.
We're going to get some calls
No,
about this one.
We're not. Because the people who want to make a call would go, I think he's right.
I think he's right.
I think he's right. So let me get this straight. You trying to work this one out?
Yeah.
I'm trying to work it out right now going, I'm trying to find out the holes.
Gotcha.
And as an attorney, my job is to find the holes in the argument.
That is
Where's
true.
the hole in the argument?
I don't know.
I'm a group that opposes me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, you're self-hating. Okay.
Or I am basically making fun of them by wearing this.
Yes.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is I'm normalizing it.
Normalizing it.
Because you know what would end the KKK?
If we normalize their outfits?
If for example, if I'm going to say this, and guys, please don't fireball my house. Let's say you're in Los Angeles.
Let's say we're in
and
LA.
you normally wear, let's just call the red or the blue.
Okay.
And you have, for one day out of the week, one day every month,
Mm-hmm.
you put on the KKK costumes.
I'm not doing it, but okay.
No.
Yeah.
I can promise you this, that every member in the KKK who has ever worn this, I'm out. I'm not doing it.
If we allowed people to wear it.
The same way the rainbow was commandeered,
Yes, it was.
they could commandeer the KKK outfit.
And they would lose their minds.
Could you imagine them protesting? I'm protesting that they're dressed like we dress.
Correct.
And then they say, you know what they would say?
What?
The KKK?
What?
They'd say, you're appropriating our outfit.
They are. Our culture.
Appropriating our culture.
You're appropriating our culture.
And now they want reparations.
They do want. If the Klan asks for reparations, that's how I know the end of the world's coming. That's how I know this is it.
I think this is how we fight everything.
Well, we're going to put it out there and see what the people think.
We take this,
Uh-huh.
and there are certain things we can't take.
Yeah.
Certain things that, that we've agreed. There's, and it's weird. I'm going to say this.
Uh-huh.
I only know one thing.
Only one.
Only one.
Mm-hmm.
In my mind, I'm trying to go, is there anything that I could say or do? And there's only one I'm not allowed to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's only one.
Yeah.
And imagine this, only one.
Only one.
One.
Just one. That's the only thing.
What if I invent a third holiday? Would I get, can I use it then?
I don't think that works that way, but I like
I want to know how our government works.
Yeah, that's
our
right.
government goes. Our government, and this is the way the government
Well,
works.
right now they don't. They're shut down.
Oh no!
But yeah.
Oh come on!
Yeah.
Our government's open enough. They're still police officers. Okay, I want to work this out. I'm Jewish. All right, I've said this a bunch of times.
I've heard that.
All right,
Mhm.
and they feel so bad for me.
Yeah.
They give me a holiday,
Yes.
and I go, "Wow, that's amazing."
Thank you.
And they still treat me like crap.
But they gave
And
you a
they
holiday.
go, and you know what? We've treated you so badly. We're going to give you a second holiday.
Nice.
Okay. So every time we feel we're not doing anything,
Mm-hmm.
we go, oh, well, we named another day after you.
Yeah.
Are we stupid?
Yes.
We are
Ye-
big dumb animals.
Yes, we are, sir.
That goes, hey, look what we did for you.
Correct.
You have a holiday.
A day.
A day.
A day.
What are we giving you? Well, nothing. We're just
Nothing.
naming the day.
Just saying.
and
it's a day.
everybody gets to celebrate your day.
Hey, not
Everybody's off.
but not everybody gets.
They're
a
all
day.
federal holidays.
Correct.
It's like, hey, you want to invent more Christian holidays? I'm in.
yeah.
I'll take the day off.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this is where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
They think we're so stupid.
They know we are.
I don't know if we are anymore.
You know why? I know?
Are we? We still are.
Because I see what we watch on TV. They know.
Yeah, a lot of dumb TV.
They know.
I'm thinking what I'm watching lately, and I'll get on this topic. What have I been watching? Peacemaker, which is gone.
Yes.
A superhero. I got to eat that one.
Mm-hmm.
Disney,
Yes.
Hulu, technically.
Pretty much.
Hulu.
Yes.
Hulu has a show on it called Chad Powers.
I wanted to see it. Is it good?
It is excellent
Okay.
because the concept is amazing.
I want to check
It's
this
about
out.
a dude who it was based on Eli Manning pretending he was a college football player
Yes.
coming and trying out.
Yes.
And they put a face on a big nose and everything else like that.
Yes.
And they're blown away by it.
Yes.
And he's got the stupid accent and everything. Well, Chad Powers is Powell, the actor.
yes.
Fantastic actor
Mm-hmm.
who's playing this character who is almost very similar. He makes a mistake. He drops the ball at the goal line, loses the national championship. Life goes to crap. 7 years later, he decides he's going to
Go back.
try out for this South Georgia team.
Yeah.
And of course he's excellent.
Yes.
But he's got the stupid face on, and in a world where social media is everything, how he's getting away with it.
Would be amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a fantastic premise with a great actor that's fun to watch.
And everybody wants to do a do-over in life.
Yeah.
Everyone would love to do a do-over.
I'm beginning to think that the do-overs are how you treat the next day.
Okay. Get out of your head.
If you gave me a do-over, it's because I've learned my lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, can't you learn your lesson by just focusing on not repeating that bad conduct?
I would say you could.
Because if you pulled it out, then the bad conduct never happened.
Correct.
So I didn't learn from it.
No.
So I'm going to do it again.
Got it.
Yeah. It's like the law when people came to me about that stuff. People always come to me and they'll go, well, why can't I get a second chance? Well, you were arrested 8 times. And this was a long time ago. And let's talk about a big flaw in our system that nobody covers.
Okay.
The reason why minorities are screwed in our legal system is because what happens in the beginning of their criminal careers.
What do you mean?
Okay. What happens is they get arrested.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say minorities, I'm talking people who can't afford representation.
Got it.
Okay. And that normally is our lower income people, which is in our world now are minorities.
Mm-hmm.
And minorities are treated differently in court because people are treated differently when they can pay for their attorneys. When you have public defenders, they tend to get shafted.
Gotcha.
Okay. This is how most young minorities suffer in our country. They get arrested for one charge. And that charge is sometimes a big one. And normally that charge, if you had an attorney, would be taken down or dropped completely.
Yeah.
But that person is in jail. And what they have is they call a first appearance, where you walk in front of a judge reads all the list of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you have an attorney, if you have a good attorney and you can afford bail, you plead not guilty.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not what happens here. What happens on the first time, the judge says to this person, well, if you plead to everything, I notice you don't have a record, but if you plead to all these charges, I'll let you go and we'll put you on probation for a year.
Mm.
So now they have a record.
They do.
And they're adjudicated, which means they're convicted. So
that
whatever
follows
happens
you.
in the future,
Yeah.
if I cause a problem in the future, I have all these charges and minimal points.
Even if you didn't do it.
Right.
Yeah.
I have the inability to get a job. I have the ability to join the military.
Correct.
So that first arrest is why our system is as bad as it is. Because they get jacked that first time.
Mm-hmm.
And it is 99% impossible to fix your life after that.
Wow.
And that's why our system is screwed up. And it is absolutely racist. It is absolutely prejudiced. It's everything you can imagine, because you're dealing with a poverty-stricken group who can't, that first time where they shouldn't have had to eat that steaming pile of crap, they did because they couldn't afford to get out of jail. Now, you're going to say to me, well, Jeff, you don't understand. I worked in the system.
Yeah,
I was part of it. I worked both sides of it. I worked in private practice. I saw it live. You have a private attorney, life is good. You got a public defender, you're screwed. It's my partner, Craig Lind.
Hello.
2 attorneys arguing. You and I had an argument today at lunch.
Did
I didn't
we?
like it. I didn't like it. Didn't like the argument you and I had.
I can imagine if I were you, I wouldn't like arguing with me either.
You're
because
hard-headed.
you would be wrong all the time.
No.
And that must suck.
No, you're just hard-headed. You dig in.
God forbid your attorney should dig in on something.
Yeah, but we're not acting as attorneys.
We're always acting
talking
as
friends.
attorneys. I don't know what you're talking about.
Craig is a big gun rights advocate. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm ex-military. I was taught to have basic respect for weapons. I see a lot of yahoos who don't have respect for weapons. I kind of want more regulation because I see a gun or a weapon, whatever you want to call it, as a major responsibility. And some of these people aren't that responsible. And I'm afraid of what will happen. And that's what the argument always is.
I think your problem, Jeff, is you have good intentions. You really do. You have noble and good intentions. But what ends up happening every single time is those good and noble intentions deprive law-abiding people from these weapons, and people who don't give a crap about the law, it doesn't stop them from getting them.
Okay.
So it's noble for you to want to make sure that everyone who has a gun has the most responsible frame of mind when they're handling and using that gun as possible. And that would be great if we lived in that world, but we don't. We live in reality. And a bunch of scumbags get guns all the time. And all of these regulations, all they do is keep people like you and I from having them, owning them, carrying them.
How many days do you need to get a gun? If you wanted a gun right now,
A
could you wait
handgun?
3 days?
A handgun?
Could you wait 3 days?
I think well, I have some, so I wouldn't need one
No, but
immediately.
let's say you wanted your first gun.
My first one.
And there wasn't somebody knocking on your house right now like you were afraid of. You were going, listen, I need a gun for protection. Do you think you could wait 3 days?
I have to, but I shouldn't have to.
Why?
Because either I'm entitled to get the gun or I'm not. 3-day period doesn't mean anything.
Sure it does.
If you can't check immediately.
It takes a long time to get those searches to go through.
But who's doing that? Who's doing the search?
You don't trust the government?
That's
The
the
same
next
people
point.
you
Yeah.
have the guns for in the first place?
Correct. Exactly.
No.
I'm asking the people who
Do a thorough check.
might have the gun used against them because they're trying to trample my rights, the government. I'm asking them, is it
might
okay?
trample my
Can I
rights.
have a gun to protect myself from you?
I don't need a gun.
I don't like their answer. I don't like the answer that they might give.
I'm not a fan of it. I don't think outside of an emergency situation that you need a gun immediately. And if you needed a gun immediately, it didn't have to be a handgun. You could have went to Walmart and gotten yourself a nice rifle if you needed it right now.
Well,
If you needed that right now, you don't need the handgun right now.
actually, that argument, that's kind of like a moving target.
Yeah.
Excuse the pun, but it's open carry now in Florida. So
Fantastic.
I can carry a rifle right away. I don't necessarily have to get a handgun and have a concealed carry permit. I can just walk around with one.
How many douchey people did you know in high school? I mean, just douchey people.
That's not the point. The point
It
is, here's the point. I'll always, I would rather know that whoever I'm around or dealing with or is in my vicinity, I would always rather know whether or not they have a gun. I think the concealed part should be the illegal part. You shouldn't be able to conceal it. If you're going to carry, you should have to carry it in the open so that everybody can see that you have it. In what situation would you rather not know that somebody has a gun? Somebody you're dealing with, somebody who happens to be in a restaurant with you or somebody in line at a store. Wouldn't you always rather know that that person, yes, definitely has one, or I'm not sure?
You know why
I would rather always know, yes, that person definitely has one.
if I see somebody with a gun on who's not law enforcement, the first thing I think of is probably a bad dude.
That's the stigma. That's the stigma.
You know
Yes.
why? Because a lot of guys,
people,
the same
because-
guys who have the rifles in the back of their trucks and they always get busted in and lose their rifles or whatever that crap goes, they see somebody walking with a gun. I did criminal defense too long. You become a criminal, why? On your first charge. And your first charge is, oh, I was fighting with this guy and took the gun off him and shot him. Well, there's his first charge.
So we should force people not to get guns or make it harder for law-abiding citizens to not get guns?
Yes.
Because criminals do?
Yes.
Absolutely not. You're punishing people who didn't do anything wrong because of the actions
Because of the criminal element out there.
criminals.
Because of
Yeah.
the criminal element out there.
Yeah,
Yes, yes.
that is not how
We
America
normally-
has ever
It
operated.
always works that way. Somebody screws
Never
up.
operated that way.
Every law is named after a victim, right?
Lots of them are, yeah.
Yeah. You know why? Because that's the first screw up. And then we make it the law. It takes one bad actor to do something wrong, and then none of us can do it. That's always the way it is. The Brady Law, all these laws that came up, all these
Yeah, it
gun
shouldn't be
laws
that
are named
way.
after people
it
because
shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't punish innocent people because of what criminal people do. You shouldn't.
think of our major gun control laws were caused because somebody tried to shoot the president. Actually did shoot the president, but shot the guy who stepped in front of him. It's the Brady Law. So yes, it takes one bad actor for us to go, hey, listen, it's better to be
It
safe.
takes one bad actor for politicians to seize power. That's what happens. Should it happen? No. The argument is not why does it. I know why it happens, but it shouldn't happen. These are two different debates we're having.
Who do you think is the most powerful group protecting gun owners' rights?
NRA.
NRA.
Yeah.
But who do you really think the NRA is?
I don't know. what you
Companies
mean.
that sell guns.
Oh, well, maybe. Yeah.
You and I had a discussion about the AR-15 today.
Correct.
Okay, watch this. The dumbest weapon on the planet. If you're looking at me going, he don't know what he's talking about. Nobody who owns an AR-15
You
goes,
guys gotta
this
go-
is the most dependable, great weapon I can get. Or no, it looks like an M16, so it's
you guys
auto.
have to go to YouTube and type in AR-15 versus 30-06. And there's a
See,
bunch of videos.
This is why I'm not
and they'll
fond of
show
this.
you the bullet. They'll show you so here's the AR-15 bullet, which
Yes.
is more regulated than anything. It's almost more regulated than cocaine, and it's a bullet. It's like just a little bit bigger than a 380, maybe a 357 type of bullet. Whereas the 30-06 is a deer rifle. It's like 3 inches long.
If you know what having an AR-15 is? An AR-15 is like having lifts in your shoes.
It's G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
AR-15 is
You
G.I.
want to
Joe.
look cool.
Yeah, they do. Well, they do kind of look like machine guns. So
Look at this.
Ooh. You know,
It looks like the
guess you buy them 'cause
M16.
you're
It's
like,
cool.
Oh, wow, it looks like I could. Actually, you can turn them into almost automatic guns with the bump stocks. So,
yeah. The point is, guns aren't cool.
No, being able to protect yourself though is really cool.
Yeah, but
Being
the same
able
people who
to
do this don't.
not have your head caved in with a baseball bat. Yeah, that's really cool to not have happen.
You
to
and I
you.
both know people are lazy with securing their weapons. You know, a 3-hour course or a 5-hour course is not going to make you a better gun owner.
Jeff, you're making the argument that because a tool can be used improperly, that it justifies
not a tool.
banning the tool.
It's not a tool.
Cars are used all the time to kill people.
Car has a secondary function.
Construction weapons are used all the time to kill people.
I don't normally use my car to plow into a bunch of people because I want them
and
dead.
the tool of a handgun is to defend yourself.
A gun is meant to, if you pull that gun,
yourself.
better expect to use it.
I
I don't
agree
get
with that.
behind my car
Yeah,
expecting
you
to mow over a bunch of people.
Yeah, you shouldn't wave it around. If you're going to pull it, it should be because you're going to use it. That's why you should pull it.
I always see people who, they want to show you their gun. Oh, this is my gun.
You see that on TV. You don't see that in real
No,
life.
I see
Yeah,
people
you don't
all
see
the
that
time.
in real life. No,
My
you don't.
dad did it. My dad wanted to show me his weapon. He goes, because he was really
Oh,
proud
hold
of it.
on. If you come over to someone's
I
house
was in the
and they
Army.
want to show you the collection,
Why?
that's
Why
different.
do I need to see your guns? If you're using it solely
Because
for
some
protection.
of them are cool.
Are they really?
Some of them are limited editions. Some of them are John Wayne editions. Have you seen some
the
of these?
John Wayne editions? Do you know what
Yeah.
John's name really was? Marion.
Well, that's not what's on the
You
gun.
bought into it. John
didn't buy-
Wayne's a badass.
I didn't buy. My dad did have a lot of John Wayne collectible guns, though.
Do you have a lock on it? Do you have these things? Do you secure it? I mean, we have kids. We have so many different things, and I see so many lazy weapon holders. And it offends
What's
me.
wrong with punishing the people who actually handle their weapons improperly and not everybody else? What's wrong with that?
If you leave a weapon unsecured in a place, should it be a crime?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Misdemeanor or felony?
Probably a felony. That's you are talking when you leave a firearm just laying around anywhere where anybody can get to it. Yeah, that should be a felony.
Okay.
If somebody left it somewhere, like in a bathroom, if that's where you're trying to go, yeah, that should be a serious crime.
Okay. Now, if
That
it
is
was
not
if it
something
was a
that
crime,
you can't just brush that off.
okay. So if it was a crime,
Yes.
do you think these people would be better with their weapons? Would you
Yeah.
be more paranoid?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
If I knew, you know what? The first time I accidentally leave my weapon somewhere, I'm going to lose my right to ever own one again. Yeah, I don't think you'd ever see one around just laying there.
Or the first time misdemeanor, second time felony. I don't know. Kind of like a DUI, your first DUI. But here's the thing: if somebody gets killed with your weapon that didn't get secured, are you an accessory to it?
Have to be.
Okay, but that's what we're talking about. Whether it's harder to get or the penalties are higher once you have it.
Yeah, the
It's
higher
a regulatory
penalties will
issue.
cause more responsibility. I mean, they kind of work hand
Do
in
you
glove.
think?
It's a
And
hand
you
in
and
glove
I can
kind of thing,
agree
yeah.
that that's a great law. If you misplace your weapon or do something,
left my handgun on my table, and my son's friend and him got a hold of it and shot the neighbor. Yeah, I should absolutely have a huge amount of responsibility, and whoever pulled the trigger too, whether it's my son or my son's
but
friend.
let's say nobody got killed. Law enforcement got involved, or somebody said, "Hey, I found this gun on the."
Got fired,
Yeah.
but he didn't die. He just
Nobody
was
got
hurt.
died,
He-
or nobody. Let's say they just found it.
Well, it's different because the consequences.
Okay, so
aren't
it's a
as- as
misdemeanor. So we'll say it's a misdemeanor or a felony. We're not quite sure yet. But here's the thing. You and I both know that law ain't getting passed. It's the most rational law we know. It's not going to get passed because we can't pass laws when we think it could limit a right of ours. We just don't do it. That's why we have arguments over guns. We have arguments over abortion. And both sides have to dig in so hard because if they give 1 inch, they feel they're giving up that basic right. Not that they're regulating that right, but they're giving it up completely. Nobody wants to give an inch. And we have to. We really have to be smarter. The argument in Chicago is this: oh, we don't have a gun problem. It's just the state next to us that they're so limited, so all our criminals buy guns from them.
That is an example of trying to live in some sort of utopian fantasy world. Like, you have to realize the world you're living in. Yeah, it's illegal to maybe sell a gun inside of Chicago city limits, but the reality is they're getting them every day and bringing them in. So when you pass laws to keep people, who are you protecting? The criminals already have the guns. They already have them.
Do you know the math is that if we stop making guns now, we would have enough for everybody anyway? Everyone could get a gun now. There's enough guns that have been made that everyone could have one. And we wind up increasing the gun supply by 25% like every year. And it's not like we need more of them. But they're cute. People, they're accessories. Very few people go to the range and actually take themselves seriously. Most people, when they buy guns, they never fired it at all. They don't even go to the range.
Well, I think a lot of people who buy them hoping that they never have to use them, praying that they never have to use them, but don't want to not have that option if it comes to it.
Do you think you should be forced to take a course?
No. And here's why. Because it would be so easy for whoever's in control to just make the course so difficult to pass that basically you end up taking people's gun rights away. You can make the exam so hard that only 1% of the people who study for it could pass it, and then say, well, hey, we gave you an opportunity. No, you can't own a gun. Or hey, what religion are you? Oh, that particular religion, that's not in favor of this century. So we're gonna disallow this group of people.
Do you think the responsibility of driving a car is more important than gun ownership?
The problem you're going to run into with that argument and that analogy, Jeff, is you're talking about a privilege versus a constitutional right.
We say it's a privilege, but try to not have a car in a state that has no public
That's
transport.
An argument to make driving a constitutional right, not an argument to outlaw guns.
I think when it comes down to it, basic understanding of how a gun is used should be a requirement. You don't even know how to fire a gun. Let's say I fire it and I have no ability to do it. I'll shoot the guy next to him.
Jeff, I'm going to say something really unpopular right now. I think before you vote, you should have to have a basic understanding of the government. I think you should have a test, and you should have to identify the difference between the branches.
That's Jim Crow, though, man. Come on.
No, it's not. Like, just know the difference or understand and be able to, on a multiple choice, pick out which of these forms is communism, which of these is capitalism, which is socialism. Can you tell the difference? If you can't tell the difference, why are we letting you vote?
Jim Crow.
I don't want to be prejudiced against people who have a particular skin color. I want to be prejudiced against people who have a particular IQ or lower. And that goes for all of the races.
How many?
If your IQ is a certain level and you can't pass a basic test, yeah, call it whatever law you want. Jim Craig. All right, your IQ is this level. Boom, you don't get to vote. I don't know what to tell you.
If I put 5 attorneys in the room and I said, do me a favor, give me the first 5 amendments to the Constitution, half of them would fail.
That's true.
We're all a bunch of dummies in the end, I guess. Today on Night Roast, we have Phil Rosenthal, creator of Everybody Loves Raymond. I love his cooking shows. I love his food shows. And he's actually on tour right now, and he'll be at the Dr. Phillips Center in Orlando this weekend. How you doing, Phil?
I can't wait. I love Orlando. If you saw the Orlando episode, you know how much I love it. And I've been back a few times since then.
What's funny is before I got this interview, I saw it. I'm going, oh, I love this. And I was really chapped about seeing. I was going, let's go see this thing. So can't wait to see your show.
Oh, thank you. You'll come to the show. We'll meet. Make sure you say hi. Okay.
Sure. Perfect. Now, I got to tell you, I love everything about you. You go from this hit television show and then you go, you know what? I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to travel around. I'm going to eat. I'm going to have fun. How do you move from one to the other so seamlessly?
Oh, you make it sound so easy. Like that's all that happened. After I was done with Raymond, they just give me a travel show. I'm going to tell you, when you come to the show in Orlando, how many years it took me to get this show after the success of Raymond. Because I had to, you're switching lanes, right? They knew me as the writer of a sitcom, and now you want to host a travel show? Yet they weren't thrilled, my agents, with this idea. And the industry wasn't thrilled with it. So it took a long time to convince them that maybe this would be worth something.
Now you guys ended the show a little early. You didn't. You could have probably taken Raymond another season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons. What gets into you where you go, you know what? I think I'm happy with what I've done.
Well, you want to. There's an old showbiz axiom. You want to get off the stage before somebody says, "Hey, you should get off the stage." And I was a great student of television, and I observed shows that stayed past their prime.
Yeah.
I don't want to speculate why, but I'm going to guess because number one, they throw a lot of money at you to stay if you're successful. And two, it's fun to do. Those are not the reasons to stay. You should stay because you still have many stories to tell. We felt we didn't have many more stories to tell after doing 210 stories, which is a lot of anything. And so we thought maybe the show will have a better legacy if we don't become lousy. And here we are celebrating 30 years of being on the air.
I really love that. And, every time I hear something, when I hear something get to the 200th episode, you wake up in the morning, you do the same thing you've done for the better part of 9 years.
Yes.
And you're going, I don't know how much of this I have left in me. I want to do something else. What was that something else that you go, this is what I really want to do?
Honestly, at first I thought, I guess I've been put on earth to make sitcoms. So another sitcom, we had one ready and nobody wanted it. And then I tried something else, nobody wanted it. And I said, what's going on? They said, well, the business has changed in the 9 years you're doing Raymond. They don't want that. They don't want that type of show anymore. I said, why not? Well, they like shows that are younger, hipper, edgier. So they want you to write something, just be more hip and edgy. I said, well, you got the right guy. I'm Mr. Hip and Edgy.
As you get older, you look at what's hot now and you're going, wait, what is this? And you don't get it. And you're going, am I still available to tell stories? And you go, wait a minute, the people who love my stories are still alive. There's no reason I can't do it.
Let me say something that for your younger listeners and viewers. Okay, you ready? They're gonna love this. You ready? 6'7". You don't know what that means, do you?
I have no damn idea.
Me neither. Welcome to two old guys talking.
Yeah, we should go on tour together. Two old guys. We'd fill the room. Now there's a huge difference between television, reality television, writing in comparison to being on that stage. And you're on that stage for what, an hour, 2 hours?
Hour and a half, 2 hours, yeah.
And I assume you're alone.
I have we show a highlight reel of everybody we show a highlight reel of Somebody Feed Phil. And then I come out with a different moderator every town, usually someone local. My moderator in Orlando is Amy Drew Thompson, who writes for the Orlando Sentinel. She's the food critic and reviewer and champion of the Orlando food scene. I would credit Amy Drew with getting me to do an Orlando episode.
When you're trying to do the tour, a lot of people don't get it. They just think, okay, here are your dates. Here's the normal tour we do. I mean, how does that even come? We're playing Poughkeepsie today. I mean, how does that even fall into place?
I kind of tend to go where I'm wanted. And I've done this tour now for a few years, going around the world. And I love it as much as doing Somebody Feed Phil, because Somebody Feed Phil is really, yes, I like to eat and I like to see new places, but it's really about meeting people. And so at the live shows, I get to meet the people. You can buy a meet and greet with me, but also the second half of the show is Q&A with the audience. And we get everyone from little kids all the way up to dead people.
The same as our elections. It's amazing. I just think about the idea, because I do stand up and I'm on there for 55 minutes, and I know how hard that is, and I know afterwards
Yeah.
I'm worn out, and
Yes.
everyone goes, "Do you love it?" I go, "Yeah, I love it, but I want to go to bed after I'm done." Or are you
Yeah.
charged for the rest of the night? How does that work for
Oh
you?
no. Oh no. After the show and the meet and greet and the trip home, yes, I'm ready for bed. Yes, I'm very old. Look at me.
I'm beginning to think something else, though. I think old 10 years ago, and even 10 years after that, is it's the craziest thing, because when you think of the actors in Cocoon, what are they, late 40s? That was old
Yeah.
back then. It seems crazy to me now, all the stuff we do now in comparison to, maybe 20 years ago, what we would be doing.
Yeah, I know. I guess 80 is the new 70.
I think that might apply. I think that might
But
apply.
I'm not even there. So I feel like a kid still. I think that's why little kids like my show, because I remind them of a kid, because that's really how I feel.
You come off this ridiculously happy guy when you're
I
traveling and
am.
everything else
I
like
am.
that.
Yes,
And
it's true.
and I've had to ask myself a couple times when I'm on set, I'm this happy guy. Hey guys, and then when I'm
Yes.
off, I'm like going, I need to be alone. Do you ever have
No.
those moments where you're like going,
No.
I need those moments, or no, you're good?
No, no, I love people. I love being with people. It's everything to me is laughing with my friends or meeting new people. And now I have to say, because of the show, it's like this calling card to the world where people come up to me and they know me. And I guess they wouldn't come up to me if they didn't like me, so they like me. And this is like my joke is, it's amazing to wake up at this age and find yourself Taylor Swift.
I am so amused at the life I live now in comparison to what I did before. I'm
Yes.
an attorney. I get to do stand up. I host his show, and
Yes.
I'm going, what's next? And there's always, sure, let's do this. Let's take a
Yes.
shot. And
Say yes.
that I love that. The people always ask me, they go, how do you do all this? I say yes to everything.
That's it.
Now, how hard is it for you to say no is the question.
I'm not crazy. I'll say no to my brother when he wants me to jump in cold water. But you know what happens? He usually convinces me to do it in the show. And then I'm kind of happy that I did it because, first of all, I lived. Second of all, I met a challenge. I was afraid to do it. And then I did it, and I'm still here. And so our biggest fear is the unknown until you do the thing and then it's known. You may not like it, but you're not afraid anymore. So as the series has gone on for 8 seasons, I have become naturally a little bit braver in life.
I mean, I think that works out. I mean, I was in the Army a long time ago. I jumped out of airplanes a year ago.
Wow.
Somebody goes, do you want to jump out of an airplane? I goes, no. He goes, well, could you do it for me? And I did it solely because I wanted to remember who I was
Yes.
30 years ago.
And were you frightened, or were you like, I don't enjoy this so much, but at least I'm not terrified?
No, I remember how I felt stupid. I really did. I said,
Oh.
this is the dumbest thing. There is zero purpose for me to do this other than me to prove to myself that I can do it. And I'm sitting
Yeah.
there going, I'm going to break something. I was completely, absolutely positive I was going to break something, but I was fine with it. I go, well, let's hope it's not too big. And it's just a stupid way of thinking.
So your advice is be a little stupid sometimes.
You have to be a little stupid, because what are you going to do? I'm going to be death scrolling all night, or being around people and enjoying their company and laughing with stand-ups?
Well, you're braver than me because I am not jumping out of an airplane.
Well, my stupidity has no bounds sometimes, so I think that's the way it works. But my producer and I were talking before you came on, and we were talking about Groundhog's Day for some reason, and he was going, I would hate that. I said, I'd love that. I'd learn all these things, and I was thinking, and then I thought about it. I said, I wonder if you put Phil in that position, what would be the most important thing he would do?
Wow. It's funny. I think I would learn a lot having to relive the same day over and over. But then at a certain point, even in that movie, he reaches some epiphany and is able to go to the next day. And I would hope that would happen with me, and you could even extend this to life on Earth, right?
Yeah.
We hope to, I'm not a very spiritual or even religious person, but wouldn't it be nice if there was more after this? That'd be nice.
More would work for me. I mean,
Yes.
I think a lot of people ask, they go, well, as you're getting older and everything else, it's the Christmas lights that bother me. It's how quick the Christmas lights keep popping up.
Oh,
And
that's
I'm like,
funny.
God, the Christmas lights are back. And
Yes.
they're chasing me. I think the
Yes.
Christmas lights chase me every year where I'm going, oh, did I do enough this year? And
Right?
it just keeps moving. But
Yes.
as an expert, I'm going to do the selfish thing right now. And I'm going to
Yes.
ask favorite restaurants and favorite cities. And I know
Oh
you
my
get
God.
asked this all the time.
It's
So
hard.
I'm going to start off Vegas. Favorite restaurant in Vegas.
I just went to, again, for I think the third or fourth time, the China Club at the Fontainebleau, which is a high-end Chinese restaurant. It's China spelt with a Y, but it's like the best Peking duck, incredible, like really great versions of Chinese food classics done with the best possible ingredients and just it's sensational. But I also, on the other end of the spectrum, I love a Mexican restaurant there called Milpa, Milpa. So good. 15 minutes off the strip, where just like Orlando, some of the best
Yeah.
food is outside the touristy part of your city, right? Because why? Immigrants have come and built and maintained these giant tourist attractions for decades, and they've set up their communities and, of course, brought their cultures and cuisines with them. And to me, this is what makes America great.
I love the idea. When I go to Vegas, I always eat off the strip. Very rarely do I
Yes.
eat at the hotels because, they have a
Yes.
great Asian area out there.
Yes, they do. I had
And
hand-pulled noodles in the back of a supermarket. That was unbelievable.
it's ridiculous.
Yes.
But here's the tough thing. And I say this to people all the time. I said, the more money you make, the more successful you have, the harder it is for you to have a favorite restaurant because you've already eaten everywhere you want to eat. So you always have to go somewhere far from you to have that perfect meal. So where is the perfect meal? I said, you got the jet. You're on the strip. Go wherever you want to go.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you, and this is not a shameless plug, but we're opening a diner in LA because I love diners. And I feel like they're disappearing from America.
Yeah.
And I named it after my parents. It's called Max and Helen's, and it's opening in a couple of weeks. I'm almost sad that I'm on tour as we're testing it out on friends and family in these couple of weeks because I love it so much. I feel like I built my retirement home. It's diner classics made by a phenomenal chef named Nancy Silverton, who also lives in our neighborhood. And when I told her this idea of just a great version of a diner, nothing fancy, just using great ingredients and the talent of a chef who knows how to cook them, the best bacon and eggs, the best waffle, the best French toast, the best tuna melt, the best patty melt, the best burger, the best malteds and ice cream sundaes and banana splits, the food of our youth. It's like that ratatouille moment where the critic eats the ratatouille, zooms back to childhood. That's what I'm looking for. This is now my favorite restaurant.
There you go. I
I
think
want to eat there every day, right now.
now
Maybe it'll change in a year or so, but right now that's where I want to be.
you mentioned something right there that just brought something to my mind. When you have so many things on your plate and you're going, I want to be here, but I'm scheduled to be here. I'm scheduled to be here. And we talked about saying no. And, what's it? Master of none. And the line is wrong. It's an absolute, the line is actually messed up. It's the other way around. But the idea of going, okay, I'm doing 4,000 things. Do I have time to do one thing great? And that's hard.
It is hard. Woody Allen said, you can't ride two horses with one behind.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But so if you're in a lucky position like me, what do? You delegate.
Yep.
So I have really great people who are taking care of the diner. I have really great people who are in charge of my publicity for, let's say, the cookbook that just came out, right? I have really great people who are booking me on the tour. So all I have to do is kind of monitor what's going on, check in with them, ask them every day, how's it going? Right?
Right.
Let's fix this. Let's fix that. Let's, I can help you. But you're running it. And I'm doing this.
Trust.
Right now, my main obligation right now is to publicize our cookbook because I want that to sell well because all my proceeds go to ALS, which is what my mom passed from.
Yeah.
And that's part of the job. You write the book so that people will enjoy it. So this is part of that job. Do I mind doing it? No, I love talking to you. I love talking to everybody I'm talking to today. It's really nice to have anyone interested in what you're doing enough to put you on their podcast or their radio show. So nice. So here's the thing. I'm the luckiest guy you're ever going to see.
I hear that, and I think anybody who's achieved a certain amount of success, they have to have a certain amount of appreciation. And you mentioned something about delegation. And for
Yes.
me, I'm a creative. I say, listen, I got to play to my strengths, so I need to surround myself with people who can actually do this that I can't do well. What do you
Yes.
think you don't do well?
I can't cook. Yeah, but people say to me, you can't cook and you have this food thing? Yeah, I meet a lot of great chefs in the world. They can't write a sitcom.
I like that.
So we
I
all
like
we
that.
all contribute in our way. And chefs like me. Why? Because I love them. My family and I support the arts in school, arts education. So important. A lot of people think arts that's disposable. We don't need that. They don't even realize it's the answer. That people with arts education, they think better in the things the other guys pretend to care about, like math and science. If your brain is working creatively, you're solving the math problem too.
Creativity with options. That's always the thing. When people say, I said, well, why don't think outside the box? Anytime we have a problem, I'll come up with a solution. Look, where did that come from? It comes from a creative area where you don't see
That's right.
no in things. You're going, oh, this would be cool. I remember this movie where this worked.
That's right.
I mean, it's what everybody wants to say no. We have a minute left, and you've heard no a bunch in your life, especially after you got done doing something great. And they're going, well, you should just be happy with this.
That's right.
How
That's
hard
right.
is it to keep fighting and go, you know what? I don't have to listen to you. This is what I want to do.
I'm not going to lie and say it's not hard. Of course it's hard. But here's what I found. If you make something a priority in your life, you simply won't stop until it's done. The moment you do stop, you have to realize, I guess it wasn't a priority. So when you hear the number of years that it took me to get Somebody Feed Phil on the air, you're going to say, I guess he made that a priority in his life. It's not that he didn't do other things along the way, but I kept that goal in mind. And it's very important to have a goal and go for it. Now, does that mean that if something else pops up in your life and that becomes your new priority, you shouldn't follow that? Yes, you should follow that because now that's your priority. But don't just give up so easy, I guess is the message, right?
Right.
Anything worth having is worth fighting for.
Well, I really love that, Phil. I think you're inspiration. I think anybody who's sitting on their couch going, why not me, should go, why not me? So I appreciate it, Phil.
It's my absolute pleasure. Keep in mind, even after the success of Raymond, even you thought, well, it just gave you a travel show because you're the Raymond guy. No.
Well, I appreciate that, Phil, and I look forward to talking to you and seeing your show. Be well, my friend. Well, that wraps up today's show. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Thanks for joining us. Special thanks to my two co-hosts, my good friend, professional comedian James John, and my law partner, Craig Lind. This show is sponsored by Kaufman Lind. If you or someone you know has been in an accident, contact us at 407-500-JEFF or 407-500-5333 for a free consultation, or visit us at whenyounneedus.com.